Okay, so today, guys, we are going to work on learning how to multiply decimals. We're going to specifically use the area model and use some place value understanding today. So we're going to kind of multiply it out by units, and you can use your place value chart as well. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to start with the number 3 times 2/10. Okay, so what I want you to draw over here is we're going to draw just this quick little place value chart. We're going to represent, and remember this multiplication actually means groups of. Okay, so we have 3 groups of 2/10. So we're going to place this as our ones, put a decimal here, and this is going to be our tenths. So what we're saying in our picture is I need to make 3 groups of 2/10. So this, we agree, there's 2/10 in that one, right? I'm going to put 2/10 in this one. So there's one other group. And here's another group of 2/10. So we have, right, 1, 2, 3, 3 groups of 2/10. So how many do we have all together? We have 0 ones and we have 6/10. So our 2/10 times 3 is equal to 6/10. And today you should be able to find all of these relatable to some math fact that you're able to do. Let's try another one. Let's try 3 times 3/10, or 3 groups of 3/10. So I'm going to draw my place value chart again. I'm going to draw ones, my decimal. I have tenths. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There's one group. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 groups. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 groups. So I have 3 groups of 3/10. When I add them all up together, 3, 6, 9, I have 0 ones and 9/10. So that means that 3/10 times 3 is 9/10. So that's how you would do it on a place value chart. Okay, let's do one more on one of these place value charts, a little bit larger. Let's do 4 times 3/10. Okay, so again, I'm going to draw my small place value chart here. I have my ones, decimal, tenths. Okay, we're going to do 4 groups of 3/10. So this, remember again, remind you, this is groups of. So I need 4 groups of this. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. There's one group. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 groups. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 groups. And 1, 2, 3. There's 4 groups. So I'm going to start here. We have 3, 6, 9, 12. Once I go over 10, remember every time we have a 10, we have to shift our place value over. So that means I can group 10 of them together. So 3, 6, 9, 10. And these will shift over here and make a 1. So now I have actually 1 1 and 2/10. So 3/10 times 4 is 1 and 2/10. So that's, I wanted to show you that way. So this is using our place value understanding and drawing it out with disc, just making it look like a picture. So now we're going to try with an area model. I'm going to flip my page. Okay, with an area model. So let's start with our problem is going to be 2 times 43 hundredths. So remember, an area model looks like a rectangle. So I always say draw a rectangle first. So draw a rectangle because we're going to show how much space. We're going to put our first number on the left. So we're going to put our 2 here. So you can just bring that straight down. And then I have 2 digits up here only. So I want 2 columns. So 1 column, 2 columns. And I'm going to separate it out by place value. So this 4, and it's 4/10. Remember, it's not just 4, it's 4/10. Plus, and then the 3 is going to come over here. 3, and this is in the hundredths. Let me make that plus sign a little bit better for you guys. Let's do maybe a different color. So this is plus. right? Okay, so plus our 300ths. So now we're just going to do our multiplication. Well, what is 2 times 4/10? Well, if I had two groups of 4/10, right, I would have 8. 2 times 4 is 8, and I would have 8/10. And then I have to think, well, what does 8/10 look like a number? That is 0.8. Okay, then I have my plus sign here. And what is 2 times 3? Well, 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to bring down my hundredths. Now I need to write that as in standard form. That is what 6/100ths looks like. So when I add those two together, I get 86/100ths. So I know that when I stack it up and do my multiplication like this now, I can put that this equals 86/100ths. Okay, so let's try a number that's a little bit larger now. And you can do this same thing with your place value chart as well. So let's try 2 times 423 thousandths. Okay, so I'm going to draw my rectangle, make it a little bit longer because now I see 3 digits, so that means I need to have 3 columns. My 2 is going to go on the outside. I'm going to make thirds. So now this is where I'm going to place my numbers. This is my 4/10. I just start with the first place value, 4/10. Plus, how many is in my hundredths? 2. 2/100ths. Plus, I gotta squeeze my words in there, huh? 3/1000ths. It's okay if you go off to the side there. Now I'm going to just multiply. What is 2 times 4? That is 8/10. 2 times 2, 4/100ths. Just bring the units down. And 2 times 3 is 6/1000ths. You can go outside the box there if you need to. And then we're going to put it in standard form. Well, this looks like 8/10. This is 400ths. Oops, I forgot my THS there. And this is plus, and then 6/1000ths. And then if I add those all together, I'm going to get 846 thousandths. So I know that 423 thousandths times 2 is 846 thousandths. So that is how we're going to multiply our decimals today, by place value and by area models.